Hey, it's Greg Douglas here, and one of the things that I've been doing to help people get over that hump of wanting to work from home and generate an income, but not wanting to pester their friends and family by getting them to try and recruit them into your latest adventures online or in a network marketing or direct sales type of business. I mean, there's no secret to it. You have to have deal flow, you have to have cash flow, or else you don't have a business. And that's the biggest stumbling block I find for people that are looking to try and work from home is that they don't want to approach their friends and family, or maybe they already have and they said no, or maybe they approached them last year and the year before and the year before with a bunch of stuff that they've tried and it hasn't worked out, and they're tired of hearing that conversation. So one thing I've been helping people to do is break free of that warm market problem where you're not able to grow your business because you don't have any friends or family left to talk to. And there's a reason that when you're starting in a home business, that your sponsor, your upline, or whoever is helping you usually will tell you to start with your list of 100. Who's your baker, who's your mechanic, who's your hairdresser, who's your accountant, what about Aunt Millie, Uncle Joe, all these people that you interact with on a day in, day out basis. You're meant to approach them so that you've got somebody to talk to about your business that you already have a relationship with. You're not a total stranger. You've gone from that stranger place to a position of know and the like and trust. And to be able to do that online, well, it's no different. Relationships are the same online as they are offline, but you don't start with, hey, would you like to join my business? That's cold. I mean, it would be pretty creepy if somebody came up to you at the shopping center and you were, in line trying to buy toilet paper because it's all sold out. And the person behind you says, hey, would you like to buy some scented candles and learn how to make money with them? I mean, it might work if you asked 1,000 people, but you're going to have to get 999 no's before you get your first yes. And it's just not a good strategy. So what we do online is to try and build that relationship. We do it usually through email, sometimes through video, webinars, video sales letters. There's a whole bunch of different approaches to do it. And the main thing is that you have to try and find people that might be interested in what you're looking to provide, and then show some value to them. Show them what's in it for them. They don't care about you. They don't care about your business. They don't care about your products, your services, none of that. They're all tuned into what's in it for me. That's that WIIFM radio. That's everyone's favorite station. And you have to kind of talk to that. You're no different. If somebody came up to you and approached you cold at the grocery store, at the gas pump, you're going to have your guards up. Just, how many people even answer their phone if it's from some 800 number or even a number that they don't recognize? There's lots of people that don't even answer the phone. Everyone's guard is up these days. So what do? You try and lead with value. And that's one of the things that we're doing with this perpetual enrollment machine is giving people a way to build that value for prospects who have no idea who you are, but you can get an introduction to them and show them some value, show them what's in it for them and why they'd want to even listen to you. And that's what we do with video, and we do it with email. And if you've heard the saying, the money's in the list, that's the stumbling block that most people have when they're trying to get going online, is that they don't have a list. They have no way to create a list. They might have some contacts on their phone, and they might have them in their Gmail account or something like that. But guess what? You're right back into your warm market again. So in most cases, even when you join that program, you're not really looking at a way to generate your own leads. You don't have a list. And so to create that list, that's what we've done with this perpetual enrollment machine. And one of the things that happens is you're going to be sending email to people that are not all the way warmed up yet. And some of them are going to be reading it and listening and looking and testing you and seeing if you're consistent and giving them value. And some of them are just skeptical and going to be jerks and say no. But the vast majority, even when they do say they're not interested, are just like Martin was today. So I sent out an email I think it was on Sunday, about the time change, because spring forward, roll back. That's the whole, or spring forward, fall back. Sorry, when you change your clocks. Well, I used that as the subject line and it said spring forward, my arse. Like that was it. I mean, maybe getting people's attention in their inbox. Maybe it's a little controversial. Some people don't like that colorful language. I figure it's not that bad. Anyways, this is what Martin replied back, and you can see he replied this morning to that email that I sent a couple days ago. So I mean, he's probably, like most people that are looking at things online, subscribed to 100 different people, and they're getting updates from all over the place, and it could take 3-4 days. So don't get freaked out if you aren't opening your email immediately, because you haven't got that relationship yet and you're not at the top of the inbox for them. So anyways, Martin here replies back, and this is the vast majority of people are going to be like Martin. They're not if they're not interested in what you're doing, they might let you know. Hopefully they just click unsubscribe, but sometimes they reply back. And that's what he did. It just says, hey, Greg, unsubscribe me from your email lists. Not interested in what you have to say. Oh, whatever. Get on with life. It doesn't matter. Martin's not interested. What am I going to do? Try and twist his arm? Not interested in that. I'm looking for people who are interested in building an income online, to do it without bugging their friends and family, and that are willing to put in some effort and do a little bit of work and maybe get a little bit of a thick skin. And this is the kind of thing that you're going to be subjected to when people aren't interested. An email saying, please unsubscribe me. I'm not interested. Did this break my heart? No. You know what? I'm going to pull it out of my AWeber account, which is the autoresponder that I use to follow up with people and send my daily, or however often, email updates about things that are going on. And if he's not opening them and he's not interested, I don't want to email him, because I have to maintain my list. I have to maintain the integrity of that. And the more people that are opening my emails as a percentage of the number of people that are on the list, the better off my reputation is with the email senders, and the better I get through to those inboxes. So this is a good thing. We want people that are not interested to unsubscribe. Ideally, they do it themselves. Sometimes they reply back, but that's not a big deal. So all I do is look at the bottom of his email, like every single one. I mean, it's can spam compliant, is that there is an unsubscribe link at the very bottom of all the emails, and mine is no different. That's what AWeber does automatically. I don't have to remember to put it in there. It just does it. And that link is coded right to this Martin and his position on my mailing list. So I don't have to log in. All I go is scroll down to the email he sent me, scroll down to the bottom, and click the unsubscribe link that's right there. He could have done that for sure. Would it have been faster for him to do that? Absolutely, rather than writing out a reply. But I don't care if he isn't one on the list. I don't want him on the list. I'm not there to try and bother people either. So that's it. You click that unsubscribe button, and it shows me exactly what it would have shown Martin, because I'm not logged into anything at this point. I'm just clicking the link on his email, and you can see he's opted into a list that I've had of people that were part of an online business with me years ago, and he's been on that list like for 3-4 years, and now is the time he's decided. I mean, some people are evaluating you for that long. I'm not the right fit. That's okay. So I click. When I click this button, you can see where it says unsubscribe. All I've got to do is move that dot over from subscribe to unsubscribe, and it's finished. I come up with this. This is a survey that AWeber asks for people that are unsubscribing. If I've been harassing or sending spam or whatever, this is where they'll say that. But hey, since I get to be filling this out for Martin, I'll fill it out for AWeber here. And I just said, hey, the content Greg was sending is too valuable. I felt bad when I didn't bother implementing it, and didn't want to keep upsetting myself about all the life-changing income that I choose to leave on the table month after month. Whatever. I don't think anybody even reads this. It sure doesn't come to me. It goes to AWeber, I think. But whatever, I click submit comments, and that's the end of it. It's finished. And then sometimes, I usually don't reply, but this time I was feeling a little cheeky, I guess, so I just replied back to him on that and said, hey, thy will be done. As Captain Picard said back on the Star Trek days, man, I'm dating myself, make it so. Well, that's it, it's finished. I clicked that button and I just said, hey, it's done, I've unsubscribed to you, and you won't hear from me again after this confirmation. Cheers, hope you're having a great week. Because you know what? A lot of these people that are on these lists that have opted in are trying desperately to make ends meet at the end of the month. And they're under a lot of stress. And I get that. There's a lot of people, maybe you're one of them, or maybe you were one of them, and you found a better path. That's all good. But there's a lot of people that are struggling, and their stress levels are through the roof in a lot of ways. And you can't take that personally. You don't know what's going on in their life. Maybe they just missed a car payment or can't make a rent. That's not your problem, but it's also not for you to get flaming mad at them and say, you opted into my list, you subscribed, and don't try and justify yourself. It's over. You don't even have to reply, but I just felt like doing it in this case. So I just sent him a quick reply back from my iPhone and said, that was it. We're done. And that's as easy as it is. Like, that's the worst case in email marketing, is that you want to be able to keep in touch with your list, develop those relationships, provide value, and things like that perpetual enrollment machine where we help you to build your list. You're going to get some people like Martin on that list that aren't a good fit. That's okay. It's called a funnel for a reason. We have the whole world out here, ones that raise their hands and say, hey, I might be interested. They'll opt in for the lead magnet that you do, whether it's a free report or a video, a webinar, free training, whatever. There's checklists. There's all kinds of things you can do to provide that initial value, to see. You can feel each other out, just like a relationship that you've got with your significant other. You didn't meet and just say, hey, let's get married. You went out and maybe had a drink, and you went out and went to a movie, had dinner, breakfast, coffee, whatever together. Maybe breakfast comes later, eh? But that's it. You build that relationship and take it step by step. And as they go through your material, they're going to decide, hey, this great guy's not for me. I'm not interested. And that's what Martin did here. So that's the end of it. and you just have to be professional, and that's it. So the tool I'll use for this is called AWeber. It's $19 a month, and it automates all this stuff. So if you have a lead magnet, or you're trying to grow your business from home and not pester your friends and family, you need a list. You do. And I've tried a bunch of them. I've tried the cheapy freebie ones. They just don't work. They don't get into the inbox. I've even had the paid ones where I switched from there to AWeber because I couldn't get into the inbox. I could see my open rates were terrible. A bad email for me, now I'm getting 10 to 12% open rates. That's really, really good compared to internet marketing is like 3 to 5%. AWeber is awesome at getting you into the inbox as long as you can keep your lists clean and not spam and not harass people. And you can do it all automatically, and that's it. You can have a 30-day free trial. We do build this in part of the perpetual enrollment machine, is that if you're on our team and coming through and using AWeber, we'll give you the pre-written emails that you need to get your fulfillment started, so you don't have to be some kind of author. This is really simple. All you got to do is take the next steps and get things going. So if you're already trying out that perpetual email, enrollment machine, email marketing is a part of that, and we do use and recommend AWeber. It's 30 days for totally for free, and then it's like $19 a month. And that's all the emails you want to send to your list to grow your list, have people opt in while you're sleeping, opt out because they don't like what you're saying. That's fine. The goal is to find the ones that are interested and help them as best you can, and hope that helps you. This has been Greg Douglas. We'll see you in the next video.